Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. In our last episode, we just won a war against Rome. We were pressing strong claims that we had on two duchies over here. So now we have to disband our troops and take care of giving away this land. Oh, I guess these are the event spawn troops, so we don't want to disband them. That's fine. And we definitely do not need these boats, so you can all come back to port and get disbanded too. So we should just be able to grant out this land via our handy button here to random nobles. Okay, and we should be able to give out the duchy titles also. So you are Sunni. We gained you as a vassal, which is unfortunate. Do you hold all three of these counties? I don't like that. So I suppose if we were to grant him the duchy title, he might like us enough. He desires two duchy titles. He also owns this duchy. Or owns this county in the other duchy, rather. Well, that's kind of a mess. Do we have cause to revoke things from you? We do not have the crown authority. Well, okay. I don't suppose we happen to have righteous imprisonment on you. We do not. Okay. Well, let's see. If we grant him the one duchy title, maybe we'll have a chance of improving his opinion enough. It's Paphlagonia. So, unfortunately, he's going to retain this county. Only gets him up to minus 26. But I think if I no longer hold the other duchy that he requires, or he desires, rather, then he won't have that penalty against me. So we'll grant that out to one of these people. You're strong, sounds good. Yeah, to minus 6, which is a little better. So I believe we have to get him to 35 to make him convert. Unfortunately, he's zealous, which is really causing problems here. So we'll give him this title. And 20 gold increases his opinion by 64, so we didn't even need to give him the honorary title. Now he should accept conversion. Really feel like they shouldn't accept conversion under any circumstances if they're zealous, but I'm not going to complain. So he's still going to consider us a foreigner, but at least he'll be the same religion now. In honor of the Empire's recent victory, it would be appropriate to hold a triumph in the capital for the heroic soldiers who fought in the campaign. Such an arrangement will be expensive, but the people expect nothing less. Well, I mean, if we're playing as the Roman Empire, of course we have to have triumphs. Costs us 60 gold, we gain 75 prestige. I think we can spare that. Or we could do a brief ovation at the Hippodrome. No, a full triumph. Sounds good. So he converts, good. Oh, I guess we lost a lot of our event spawn troops, if not all of them. Or maybe we get to keep these 2,000. A mighty triumph is held at the Hippodrome to celebrate the brave generals and soldiers who brought defeat to the enemies of the Empire. The people cheer as trumpeters lead a long procession that includes parading soldiers, carts filled with the spoils of war, and cages holding captives from the recent campaign. The Empire is on the verge of success. Our vassals are impressed by this display of imperial power. They better be. Hopefully that translates to an improvement in opinion. Do still have the 3 minor factions, and my wife is pregnant again, okay. So perhaps she'll give us a second son. So let's see, I guess we can start plotting to kill the Sultan again. In fact, we already are plotting to kill him from before, so We'll just continue with that. 2 characters bribable, which won't get us up to 100%. I think I'll bribe them anyway, though. Probably only going to be 20 gold for you, and same for you. And you are not actually willing to join, even though you're appearing here. Maybe if we send you a gift also. We have inherited Cyprus, so we'll be granting this out as a hereditary title also. Let's have a look at our Tier 1 of Imperial Reconquest. I'm not sure whether this land was on this list before. I'm not sure if it's been getting shorter. I think a lot of this is just the whole area of Anatolia. Ankara is, anyway. Mentees is down here. So I think we're just going to keep concentrating on Rome primarily. Our barracks is finished. One day, passing by a monastery, you come upon a monk sitting and painting in a field. You observe his work and marvel at the composition, the colours, and the fine brush strokes that bring the simple canvas to life. This monk is truly an artistic prodigy. We can buy the painting for 10 gold. Or we can say, very nice, now let's eat. We'll buy the painting, why not? Don't really need the prestige or anything, but we may as well. Okay, another theme inherited. Granted back to this guy. Another Duke who's very happy with me. And it seems like the Peloponnese is out of his faction. So now we just have Scythia Minor and Aegean Sea. Which of you is the most powerful? Looks like, oh, that's Samos. Scythia Minor, then. Is that you? I've forgotten what it looks like already. You're Scythia Minor, okay. And Aegean Sea is you. So you're basically both the same strength. I guess we'll work on this guy first. You have instituted the medium centralization law, okay. And they're at war. Who are you fighting? Kermani Revolt League Independence War. He's been called in as an ally by the Shah of Kerman. Over here somewhere, I think? Here. Okay. Well, we know he's distracted. If we do manage to kill the Sultan sometime soon, that would be good. Though I think if we killed him, that would invalidate his war that he's in, so maybe it wouldn't help that much. Our brother here has inherited a duchy title. So this means that he now has 2 duchy titles, which is definitely one of the downsides of granting out the duchies as hereditary instead of as viceroyalties. And we had another son born in the purple. Okay, no genetic traits, that's fine. Very nice to have a backup male heir, though. You improved the Duke's opinion, good. Our marshal is actually not doing anything right now. We'll have him go and train troops. I've heard about how in foreign lands there are people who think that marriage between siblings is a good idea. Obviously, these sort of fantasies only appeal to people who don't have siblings in the first place. Sick fantasies by desperate, depraved men, no doubt, or, then again, I should remain open-minded. Let's just gain the piety. So we do also actually border some land held by, what is it, Armenia Minor here? Lesser Armenia. Our former allies, so we could probably declare war on them. We do have Imperial Reconquest, actually not just on this land, but also on, it looks like, the rest of their land. Let's see. Elbistan, for example. It is on here, yeah. And I think, are you all Orthodox in here too? No, you're Miaphysite. Well, that's fine. We can probably make people convert if and when we conquer him. I guess we can just go to war against him, since we're just waiting for our truce with the room to expire at the moment anyway. We don't have our plot above 100%, so that's not too likely to fire anytime soon. What kind of allies do you have? Nobody that we care about. Alright, let's do it. So, no de jure county claims. We'll take the Imperial Reconquest, but where do we want? This one would just give us a single county. I guess we take whichever would give us the most land, since we're going to be conquering all of this eventually anyway. I don't really mind too much making our realm look all ugly and disconnected for a while. This one is just a single county. Yeah, we'll just take this one. So we will be vassalizing all the titles, which means that we will end up with wrong religion vassals, but that's okay. Didn't actually check what his army looks like. Assuming it's not actually remotely enough to challenge us. And we should be able to get by just using our vassal armies. Hopefully not lose too much money. Okay, we'll have you guys start coming through to here. Let's see if you can move safely along the north coast here. Just stay out of their way. The cries of fighting men, the splatter of red blood, the clashing of weapons everywhere, you scream and shout in your dream, unaware of your surroundings, of who is your friend and who is your enemy, swinging your sword without regard, lost in the battle rage and the hellish terror that is battle. So we gain 1 prestige. Okay. The war has only just started. And our son has come of legal age and instantly sprouted a magnificent beard. He only became a fortune builder though, unfortunately. Not a great character. Very, very average. Okay. Actually, I think this is before his actual education bonus gets applied. So yes, he's actually decent for stewardship and marshal, so that's fine. Betrothed can marry as well, so let's go ahead and do it. He is going to lose prestige from this, but not a big deal. Please start having genius babies immediately. They both have fertility bonuses from their stewardship education traits, so that's good. Should have no problems ensuring the succession. No need to gain prestige since we are over 4,000, so we'll just take the gold. The volcano in Hajar. Terrible news from Hajar as a calamity of unmatched proportions has struck there. Walls of fire, lava, and ash have descended upon the unfortunate inhabitants of the region. As one of the local volcanoes have erupted, hundreds have died, and though many more have survived, there has been massive destruction to property, crops, and livestock. It is likely that hundreds more, particularly refugees, fleeing from the disaster will die due to starvation and the health effects of this. I pray for their souls. I'm not quite sure where that is, and I would like to look it up, but I believe there's a strange bug in this version of HIP involving the find title interface, which can cause the game to crash, so we'll just avoid doing that for the moment. Ecumenical Patriarch changing crown laws, fine. We're going to be losing a little prestige for having an unlanded son. I think we can deal with that easily enough. Definitely want to keep him in court so he doesn't do anything too foolish when he's off by himself. Our Ecclesiarch has accused this person of heresy. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. And I guess we'll send our first army straight into the capital, which is also part of our target duchy. My nephew's concerned that he's still not married. Okay. We can sort something out for you. We won't get any alliances from a nephew, of course, but it's okay. Marry you to a strong character. Sounds good. No sign of the army here. He's defending in another war. Holy War for Edessa. Over here, okay. And he has almost won that, so could expect to see his army arriving back anytime. That's fine though. We are more than a match for him, even with only our vassal levies raised. Here's his fleet. No troops on board though, it looks like. Oh, he's sending them over to Cyprus. Everyone loves sieging Cyprus. Well, that's fine. We'll just happily sit here and siege our target duchy. Ooh, a lot of raiders here. Looks like our vassal is raising troops to probably deal with this. Seems not to be too strong though. Maybe he has just about enough. We'll see how he handles it, and then we can raise our own domain troops to deal with it if we need to. That is the war that Rome was involved in ending. We'll release all the prisoners in the enemy castle and take more of our own. That was the capital. And yes, we actually got 40% war score from some of those prisoners. That's great. That will speed things up here considerably. Yeah, it looks like he only has 2,600 troops here, so he's not really able to do anything about that. I'm just going to raise my personal levies here. We'll take care of it for him. Unfortunately, this is mountains. But we'll put our best commanders in charge here. Probably not ourselves, though. Although now that we have an adult son to inherit, maybe it's fine for us to risk our lives in battle a bit more. Oh, and our vassal did come in to help us out, that's great. we'll follow, and then we can disband our troops and stop losing 5 gold a month. Raiding cannot be tolerated. While travelling with my troops during this holy war, I've come across a lost, exhausted warrior. He doesn't speak my language, but my soldiers and I managed to figure out that he is an enemy infidel. Should I be kind to this man and give him some food and water? Or should I do with him as I should any heathen? Well, I believe we're fighting heretics, not heathens, but okay. So we can show kindness and chivalry to all enemies, maybe become charitable, or just. Either of which I would be fine with. Charitable would get rid of greedy as well. So quite a large diplomacy boost there. We can leave him to his fate. We will show kindness. I mean, it is the correct choice for role-playing as well, since we're kind. And we did become charitable, okay. So effectively a +3 diplomacy there. The infidel through an interpreter tells you that he wishes to serve you. He actually ran away from his lord, who was an unjust, cruel man. The infidel states that he would rather serve a kind, just infidel, than a tyrant of his own faith. So we can get a courtier for 5 gold, or just gain 5 prestige. Sure, we'll get a courtier. And now we can apparently pick an ambition. To develop personal combat skills. Why don't we try to convert a province, since we are trying to do that right now anyway. Okay, well, we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to leave it here for now. And hopefully finish this war in the next one. Thanks for watching, and join me again then.